You alright, gang? Hello, team. How are we all? Hope everybody's well. Give me a big thumbs up. Can you hear me? Very good. Faye, I can see basically the top of your head. There you are. Hello. It's good to see you. My gosh, some of you, so many new faces. The weather must be better wherever you are. You can all see me now. Holly is there with somebody working feverishly in the background. Beautifully. Right, good. Well done, everybody. Good to see you all again this morning. See some of you are already dropping in and out of picture. That's okay, as long as you can all hear me and see me. Can I have a big thumbs up if you can hear me and see me okay? Anton and Vitali, if you can't see me because, or if you can see me, I can't see you because you're saving your bandwidth on the internet, just give me one of those virtual thumbs up just so I know you're all there and you can hear me. Very, very good. Fantastic. Super. Right, we're going to crack on. I think where's Robin? Is Robin here with us today? I think Robin is going to be joining us as well, so that's all good. Right, team. So, first things first. Did you all manage to complete your build pieces? Thumbs up. Fantastic. So, if we're right, we should all have 8 of these bad boys. Nice. Very good. And you should all have 4 of these ones. Yeah? Nice. Good. Right. So why? Okay, so before we crack on to the next piece, we're gonna just talk about this one. The reason we use these particular ones is that now that you've made them, they're really super strong. Okay, so and we're gonna test this. We're gonna just do a little test. Okay, now what I want you to do is take one of these and just put it on your table. Just put it on a table. I'm gonna switch over my camera. Hold on, so you can see what I'm doing. Let me get the right one. There you go. So put it straight down on your tables like that. And all I want you to do is you can literally take a full high five hand, and in the middle, where those 2 points meet in the middle, push down and keep it straight, but push it down as hard as you can, and you will not break it. Okay? And that's because what's happening, I'm going to switch back over to this other camera so you guys can see me. What's happening is you're pushing down on this point here, and the pressure that you're pushing down is being pushed out to this side and out to this side, and because we've glued these together, these 2 sticks can't move out the way. So all the force is being pushed down into the table. And that's one of the reasons why triangles are such an important shape in buildings, okay? So that's just wanted to explain why we're using triangles and why they're so cool and why you see them in so many different buildings. If you think of the roof of your house is like this. The roof of most of your houses are going to have a pitch on it like that, and that's the same thing that happens. All the roofing tiles and everything that goes on your house push down, but the load is spread out and pushed down towards the walls. So triangles, super important in building and doing cool stuff. Okay, enough with the boring stuff. We've got to get on to the really important stuff. Do you all have your tea? Have you all got a cup of tea? What, you builders? You're supposed to have tea everywhere. Right, tomorrow you need to make sure you have your tea, okay? Right, so what I want you to do is I want you to look at all of your pieces that you've made. And I'm going to show you this one, one of the ones that I've made. And it's not very straight, okay? So let me just go over here. So I'm going to, if you see the top of it here, it twisted a little bit, so it's not super straight. If I show you that side, it's not really one of my best ones, but that's okay. And to prove that it's okay, I want you to go through the 8 that you've made And I want you to find the ones that maybe aren't perfectly straight. Okay, so there might be a little bit sticking up on the top like this one here, or the sticks might not be really straight, but we're going to pick not the worst, because they're all going to be fine, but the ones that aren't quite the straightest, and we're going to work with those ones first, just to show you that even when they're not perfectly straight, what you've done is going to be perfect. So just have a look and find ones that you think might not be quite in the middle, or might be a little bit kind of wonky. Okay, now for the moment we're only worried about these ones. Okay, we only want the ones that have the sandwich on the top and the bottom. Okay, yeah, Brady, that's one. That's one. They're not perfectly straight, but they will work perfectly fine. So just find a few. At the moment I only want you to find the two that are not quite the straightest. Okay, so find me two that are not quite the straightest. I think we got some more people joining in. Oh, there's Mia. I was wondering where you were, Mia. Morning. Very good. I don't know who that is. Who's that? Oh, that's Willow. She's walked away. Right, Mia. Just a little catch up for you, sweetie. If I want you to have a look at the ones you built yesterday. So the ones with the sandwich on the top and the bottom, and have a look and see if some of them are not quite straight. See this one of mine? See, it's a little bit not quite straight there. We're just going to find two that are not quite straight. Now, it doesn't matter. They're all going to be fine. But we're going to, just to show that even when they're not quite straight, you can still work with them and they work really well. So we're going to get the two that are not quite the straightest, and we're going to put them down on the table. I've got my white sheet again just so it's easier for you guys to see, so you guys don't need white sheets. Good. Give me a thumbs up if everyone's got the two that are not quite the straightest. Beautiful job. Right, good. Well done, team. Now, all I want you to do is have a look at mine. Place them down like this. And right now, all we're worried about is the bottom sandwiches. And all I want you to do is put them so the bottom sandwiches are touching each other. The sticks at the bottom down here are touching each other. Okay? And that they're nice and straight along the bottom. Yeah? Now, if you have a look at mine, you'll see that up at the top, mine don't touch. Now, you probably can't see mine. I'm going to lift mine up just so you can show you. So if I hold the bottoms together, there's a bit of a space in there between the top. Now that's okay. Don't worry about that. Okay, if you guys have a bit of a space, don't worry about it. Okay, that's not a problem for us. Right now, all we're going to do is worry about having the bottoms touch and having them as straight as we can possibly make them. Now, if you want to, if just so you can check to make sure they're straight, imagine my white sheet of paper is the edge of the table you're working on, okay? So just pretend my sheet of paper is the table you're working on. If you pull them right down to the edge of the table and line the bottoms up along the edge of the table, then that's a good way of being able to know that you've got the bottom as straight as possible. And that will tell you if the top is a little bit wonky. But if it is, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. As long as we have one nice straight edge, that's the first thing we want to worry about. Okay? Right. Are you ready? Miles. Now, next thing I want you to do. I want you to get one of the other triangles. So these ones. Remember this one? So the one that does not have the sandwich on the top. Okay? Now this one, we're going to place down to the left-hand side of the three triangles, and we're going to put that one down as well. Okay? Now, obviously, you're going to have a really big gap up at the top here between these two. That's absolutely fine. That's supposed to be there. Okay, so you're gonna have a big gap up there. Everybody got something that looks a bit like this? Give me a big thumbs up. Brady, you got it? Right, now, good, perfect. So, just like before, when we joined our diagonal strips up here to our sticks at the bottom, we're going to be doing the same idea today, except today what we're going to be doing is joining these truss pieces together. So go back to where we joined our first two triangles here, and we're going to be getting a stick. Now we're going to do this without glue first, just so everybody knows what's happening. And we're going to put one stick across the middle. So where those two are joining here, we're going to put the middle of a stick straight across just like that. Okay, I'm going to lift mine up so you can see. Okay, so one stick is going to go across the middle of these two sticks here, okay? So where that join is there, we're going to put a stick straight across the middle. So that's how that's going to go, okay? And that's going to be glued down. And then we're going to do the same with the next one, okay? So where those two meet. Now, the two new sticks that you've put on should be touching on top like that. Well done, Faye. You tell big people to go away. You can do this on your own. Love it. Right, so everybody got that? So where we have three triangles where the bottoms touch each other, we're going to be putting a stick right in the middle across each one of those joins. Everybody get it? Everybody happy? Thumbs up if you're happy and you get it. Yeah? Good? Faye, you good? Nice, right, good. So, if you haven't already got some glue back on your piece of paper, bring back the sheet you were using yesterday. I hope you didn't throw it away. We don't waste anything. Some of your glue might have dried in, but just get your glue bags, squeeze out some more glue. We don't need too much. Remember, we can always squeeze some more glue out. It will be very difficult to put it back in the bag, okay? So don't put too much out, team. Don't worry if your fingers get a bit sticky. You just rub them together like this. If you get a bit of glue on your hands, you just rub them together like that, really hard, and then the bits of glue will dry out and they'll just fall off your hands. You don't need to worry about that. Right, if you've got some glue out, let's take our sticks back off that we've just put on, and we're going to do some gluing. Now, you can do this in a couple of different ways, team. You can put some glue on the whole of this stick, or you can put glue on the truss themselves. So whichever way you want to do it. I'm going to put it on the truss itself. So I'm just going to put a nice dollop on. Now again, you don't need lots of glue, but what you want to do is make sure you put it wide enough so the whole stick is glued. You don't need lots of glue. This is just like yesterday. Remember, if you see how strong those triangles were when we were pushing down on them there at the beginning, with the small tiny amount of glue that you've used. So this glue for using wooden sticks is super good. So you don't need to go crazy with the glue. Just a nice little coating. Then we're going to get our stick and we're going to put it down. Now, before you put your stick down, team, have a look at it. Make sure it's a nice straight one. We don't want one that's got a crazy bend in it. Some of them might be like, I'm going to bend mine to show you. Some of them might be like crazy, have a crazy bend in it. So just hold it up, have a good look straight down, make sure you're happy with it, that's nice and straight. And then it's just going to go straight down on top. You can give it a gentle press. There's loads of time to just move it around a little bit and make sure you're happy with it. Fingers go down just like yesterday. Gentle press. Go gentle, don't go crazy. And we're going to do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, it's not going to be completely stuck, obviously, until the glue dries. But even now, If you're very gentle, you can just move it around a little bit. You can slide it really slowly around on your table if you need to get it out of the way. If it does come apart, don't worry. Just put the stick back down on top and just give it a little press. Okay? Everybody got that first support in. Take your time. There you go, Brady. If it's falling apart, don't worry. Just the trick with this one is what we're after. Brady, is that stick straight? Yeah, okay. Is to make sure that we try to keep this line along the bottom, right, like on using the edge of the table as straight as possible. Okay? Don't worry if there's a little gap at the top. Remember? Don't worry about that. We're only worried about this line at the bottom at the moment. Right, when everybody's got those two in place, we're just going to get the third triangle. So this is just the triangle, not the sandwich, not the one sandwiched at the top. And we're going to put that down as well, next door to the left-hand side. So on the left-hand side of your trusses, you should have just the triangle, then two sandwich sections, right? Once you've got this one here, we're going to do the same again. Get some glue. Now, don't worry if you put glue somewhere where you don't need it. It doesn't matter. Okay, it will just dry up, it'll evaporate and it will dry in and it won't cause any problems. So if you put too much glue on the far side of the triangle like this, look, I've put way too much glue over halfway. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about that. You're better to go too far than not to go far enough, okay? So put that down again, just so it's nice and just touching. Then you're going to get a stick and you're going to pop him down on top, just like before. So your sticks can be touching, that's not a problem. Okay, and gentle pressing fingers come in again. You'll note I said gentle. Very important, the gentle bit. So we're going to do a quick count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, well done. Thanks for all your help. Good. Everybody got one of those. Don't pick it up to show me. Just give me a thumbs up if we're kind of there and you're kind of happy that we've got the basic shape like this. Super job, well done, nice. Good, we'd like a good thumbs up, Mia, and a big smile. Always good. You can put your thumb down now, sweetie. She showed me once, it's good. Right, you ready? So, this, as you can see now, is starting to become our truss. So this will become our full truss. Before we move to the next stage, I'm just going to tell you what's going to happen. So those two sticks that we've put up here to join the three triangles together, we're going to be doing the exact same on the other side. So we're going to be turning this over. We're just not going to do it right now. Okay? So we're going to give this one a little minute to try and settle down and start to stick. But before we do that, we're going to do the top. Okay? So we're going to be doing the top section. Let me just see if I can fix my camera, because I see my camera's gone very bright. Give me 1 second, I'll see if I can take this brightness down on my camera. Not that one. So we're going to be getting the exact same idea, okay, team? On the top section. So even if you have a little, there you go, that's a bit better. There you go, that's a bit, hopefully you can see that a little bit better, guys. So again, don't worry if you've got a little space in here. Doesn't matter, we don't worry about that. So just like before, it's the exact same idea. This time, the stick is going to be crossing over between these two here. So where the join is at the top, where the two sandwiches meet at the top, yeah, we're going to be putting a stick straight across that. So exact same idea again, nice and gentle. Get some glue, scoopy glue, drizzle it across. Remember, don't worry if you put too much glue on. Okay, or you put Not too much. We don't want too much glue, but it doesn't matter if it goes wider than the stick, okay? So that doesn't matter. So it's going to go across there. And then we're going to get our stick and nice and gently just place it on top. Now, if depending on if your sticks are a little bit wonky and a little bit bendy like some of mine are, you just have to choose where it looks about right, okay? Doesn't matter if one side is a bit lower or a bit higher than the other. You just got to try and find the best piece in the middle that you think is nice and straight, okay? That's all you need to worry about. So if you go for that, you'll be good. Okay, gentle fingers again. Now, if yours start to lift, they don't want to stick down just at the moment, don't worry about that, because once we finish building this, we're going to be getting some clothes pegs on it to hold it all in place. Okay, so for the moment, we're just trying to get all of our sticks in position and held as best we can, okay? Right, you ready? Same again with this one at the end, except this time, the end of the stick, okay, everybody watching Alan now for a second. The end of the stick is going to be on the end of the triangle here. So we don't want it hanging out over the edge. It's going to be right at the very end like this. Let me hold up. So I'm going to hold up one to show you. So it's going to go like this, like that, okay? So it's going to cross over. So it won't be hanging out over the side. It's going to be just at the end of the triangle sticks like this. So again, now obviously we only put glue. We're only putting some glue on the stick at the top here, the sandwich stick at the top, and then a nice dollop at the end of this triangle here like this. Good, well done you guys. Tricky, I know it's tricky. So give it a little press down. Everybody good? Avira, you good? Thumbs up if you are, just let me know. Take your time, team. Yeah, take your time. Right now, I think what might be happening for some of you guys is some of the sticks are lifting up a little bit. Is that happening? Don't worry about that. If that starts to happen, we're going to fix that with these. Okay, so watch what we're going to do. First thing we're going to do is where we've glued our sticks together, I'm going to lift mine up. Have a look at mine here. See how some of mine is opening and some of it is not sticking really well. All we're going to do, I'm going to lift this up so you can see. So there's a gap here between those ones. All we're going to do is get our clothes pegs in and let our clothes pegs do the work for us. So we're going to go around everywhere we've put the glue and we've been sticking things together. We're going to pop on some clothes pegs on the top and the bottom, okay? So get a few in there. Use as many as you want, okay? You can't use too many, you can't use too little. You can probably use too little, but not too many. So on all of those sticks, so the ones on the top and the ones on the bottom, get some clothes pegs in there, even if they look like they're all the sticks are all holding. You can get a few more in there and it looks like a crazy spider. It does look mad, but that's half the fun. So get all your sticks in there, and then now if you want to, you can just readjust a little bit just to try and make sure it's nice and straight. Now if you need some help from big people, just ask for some help, because this is a bit of a tricky one. Take your time. All I can say is you've put all the individual sticks in, just reset them, move them around a little bit if you need to, and just get some clips and just clip everything in place. Hold them up. Oh, look at that, Faye. It looks like a crazy spider. Beautiful. Brady, you'll probably need a clip in at the top there somewhere. Mia, how you looking? You all right, Brady? So we're clipping everywhere we put our sticks. We're going to get some clothes pegs just to help hold that glue down, Mia. That's what we're after. And at that point, if you looks like any of them have moved around a little bit, you can just kind of readjust. Right, good. Everybody kind of there? So that was a bit tricky, but take your time with it. So what we're going to do now is this one, this crazy spider, you can pick it up when you're ready and just put it to one side. And we're going to give that a chance to dry a little bit. Okay, and while that one is drying, we're going to do exactly the same thing again. Okay, so we're going to start back at the beginning. We're going to get 2 of our sandwich pieces, pop them down. But this time, and this is super important, guys, you ready? This time, the triangle piece is going on the right hand side. Okay, so this, basically what we're doing, let me switch over and have a look at Alan again so I can show you what we've done. So if you have a look at my bridge, what we've done is we've done this section from here all the way across to here. So one side of this truss here we've made. Now we're making the other side, and then we're going to stick these 2 together. And then on the other side of the bridge, we'll make another whole truss. So another one of these down this side. Yeah. And then we're going to join them together. So that's what we've just done. We're just building up the truss. And by the time we finish this morning session, we'll have made one of these trusses. Okay. So back to it. Let's go. So you kind of get the idea, I'm sure now. We're going to start back at this place again. We're not going to do the dry one this time. We're just going to go straight for it. Okay, so in here, touch the two bottom halves together. Make sure you're happy they're nice and straight as they can be. Little bit of glue. Going to go across the 2 sections at the bottom. Remember, these are nice and strong now, so you can use your fingers to hold them in place. Then put those check your stick to make sure it's not got a crazy bend in it. And then across the middle with that one. Put some pressure on it now with your fingers. Very, very good. Now, I'm gonna give you a tip with this, so you can. It might be a tip or it might not be a tip. It all depends. You could, if you wanted to, put a clip on that right now. I don't like putting clips on it. I don't like putting clothes pegs on them now. I prefer to get all the gluing done first, and then gently put a clothes peg on. But if you want to try, you could put a clothes peg across that right now. It might help. It depends on the size of the clothes pegs. But I like to put them on after because I like to work on it while it's all nice and flat. That's just me though. So that's a top tip, or might not be a good tip at all. It all depends on which way you like to do it. Well, you won't know you like it one way or the other unless you try, I suppose. So Right, so get your fingers in there, give it a nice push down, quick count to 10. This is the super important bit, believe it or not. Getting this bit of pressure on and giving the glue enough time to soak into the sticks underneath and on top is super important. So if you want to give it a little bit long, if you felt that your last truss was breaking up a little bit while you were trying to get the clips on, maybe just give a little bit more time to pushing the sticks down like that and letting that bit of it stick. But when you're ready, get your triangle, just the triangle, not the sandwich top. Yeah, and again, this is going to the right hand side this time. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether your triangle is, which side of your triangle you're using, but it's going to the right hand side of the truss. And then the same again, gonna get a bit of glue, pop it down on top of that. If you found, because I know some of you struggle a little bit with getting the clips on, it might be because you're using just a little bit too much glue. Okay, so try, if you found your pieces were moving around a little bit too much, try using a tiny little bit less glue, and then you'll find that it might not move around as much, because that tends to be what happens if you use too much glue. Right, good, get that stick in. And again, get your pressing finger, your gentle pressing fingers in there, and just line it up. Give it a little bit of pressure, and give it a good count. You don't have to count, but you know, give it a good 10 to 15 seconds of nice equal pressure down on the sticks. Push mine up a bit so you guys can see. So what we're doing is we're making two halves of one truss. Now so you guys will be making another one of these trusses after we finish. So I'm showing you how to make one full one, and then you guys need to make the next full one, okay? What I would say is you don't have to do it in two halves like I'm doing. You could do it in one whole piece if you want to. You'll have a bit more time when we're not doing the Zoom call. I wanted to break it into two halves so you could see it this way, how it can be done. Right, are we ready? Everybody got the two sticks in at the bottom? Thumbs ups. Beautiful job. Super, fantastic. Ava, you good? Lucy? Beautiful. Good, thumbs. I can only see the top of your head. Good. Right, so same again, the top section this time. So a little bit of glue across that. Oh, there you are. Hello. You get a little bit of glue across that bad boy there. So again, don't worry if you spread it out too far. Doesn't matter, it'll dry in. But we're better to go too wide than not have the stick covered. And again, it's just going to go in the middle. You're going to have to use your eyes and have a bit of a guesstimation about where the middle is between these two. Good, right, fantastic. And then the same again on this end. So remember, this is only going to go to the end of the sticks. It's not going to hang over the side. So get some glue on. Very good. Well done. I'll use super concentration from you guys. I love it. Good. So once we get the glue on the tips of the triangle piece and the stick, then get your lollipop stick and pop it down across the top, and just a gentle press, remember, gentle to start with. Then nice and slowly get yourselves a few lollipop sticks. All right, good. Well done, gang. Sorry about that. The internet went slightly weird. Have you all finished then? Have you all completely finished your bridges? Done. Right, so did you get your sticks on the second part? So I didn't, because I was trying to fix the internet. So I'm going to get a few little sticks on here just to help me get this, help me keep this in nicely squeezed tight together. Well done for waiting. I was always going to come back. I was never going to leave you all on your own. Right, so second part, the second half, we're going to put to one side now and let that dry for a little bit. Let that start to dry. Now, what I want you to do is bring back the first half that we made with all your crazy pegs on it. Okay? Now very gently, okay, you ready? Watch what we're going to do. We're going to turn it, so make sure it's on the side that we put the sticks on. Okay? So there we go. You see you got the sticks on this side. Those are the sticks we put down on the top and the bottom. I want you to take it, watch me, and turn it over. So the sticks we put on are now on the bottom. Okay? Then we're going to take the pegs off. Nice and gently. Take your pegs off. You're going to need them again. So don't put them too far away, but nice and gently, and it should all hold together without worrying too much. Okay? And basically, we're going to do exactly the same again. So if you now look at the bottom of your truss, you'll see where these two join together. I'm going to lift mine up to show you. Where these two join together, on the bottom we've put one stick on, but we need another one to go across this join here. Okay? So it will basically, it's a mirror, so it's exactly the same as what we did underneath. You're going to do on this side as well, okay? So back to it, get some glue. If you need to get some more glue, put it across these sticks. Now, they should be already holding pretty well, but they're not going to be fully dry yet, so don't press too hard on them. Don't push too hard. Very good, Willow. Turn it over. Yeah, and then we're going to put some glue across that strut there. And then we're going to get a stick and stick it down. So you should end up matching what's underneath. So what's touching the table should be the same as what's on top. And we're going to do that with both sticks on the bottom half. Spread it out. Very good. Take your time. Beautiful job. You all look feverishly busy. Holly, I've seen you checking. Very good. Well done. That's the way to do it. Make sure you get nice straight ones. Very good. How you going, Willow? Thumbs up if you're good. Fantastic. Nice, well done, Mia. Now, if you got the bottom one, then we're going to do the same on the top, okay? So, the two on the top we've got to do as well. So remember, we're creating that join. Even if you've got a little space, a little bit of a crazy space in there, don't worry about that. Because that's exactly what these sticks are going to do. They're going to help us add extra support. So we're going to do that. Pop one down on top. Now, don't worry too much about crazy pushing on this one, because once we get these two in on the top, we're going to put our pegs back on. So if they're moving around a little bit, don't worry about that. Good, I'm getting thumbs up from Anton and Vitaly. Nice job. Super work. And then the last one, exactly the same as before. It's not going to go over the edge here. But we're going to put some glue across the top. Then on the two pointy sticks of our triangle at the end. And then straight down on top. Now you will see, just like on the other side, one of these sticks is going to be sticking up a little bit here. That's absolutely fine. Don't worry about that. We'll fix all that when we put our clips on. So before we put our clothes pegs on, just everybody give me a big thumbs up when you've gotten the two sticks on the bottom and the two sticks on the top basically in place. You guys are amazing. Now, clip time. So for our clothes pegs, the first one you're going to put on is this one at the end, okay? Right on the pointy corner on the end. And we're going to clip everything. So the whole lot is going to get clipped. So it doesn't matter how many sticks are there. You're putting a clip across all of the sticks with this one. I'm going to turn mine up so you guys can see it a little bit better. Now, when you do that, what's happened to mine might happen to yours. One sticks out a little bit. That's okay. We don't worry about that. Then we're going to get another clip. And we're going to clip those two at the top together. And what will happen now is you'll see the lollipop sticks will start to bend the way you want them to. And we're going to get another clip in on the top there. And as you go, you can make some minor adjustments if you need to. But we're going to be clipping everything. So both sides. Let me give you a bit of a close-up of mine there so you can see. So it goes across all of the sticks on the top. And then it's going to go across all of the sticks. So when you're doing the bottom section, you might need to lie it down. And it's going to go across all of the sticks at the bottom. So we're creating a lovely sandwich and squeezing that and giving that glue a nice chance to dry. So I've got 4 clips on the top, 1 on each end of the sticks, and I've got 4 clips on the bottom, 1 on each end of the sticks. If you want to use more, you go for it, okay? But you'll probably need at least 1 on each end of those sets of sticks. And there is going to be 1/2 of 1 truss, okay? Hold it up for me. You should be able to pick it up now and hold it up, and we should be able to have a good look at them. Not nice. Good. So we should have one end that has just a nice straight edge on it. And then on the other end, we should have a piece sticking out. So hopefully we've all got one of them. Then this whole section, we're going to put to one side. And we're going to bring back the other one. Okay. Don't put it too far away because we're going to need it again in a minute. Everybody got the second one? Thumbs up. Beautiful. Exactly the same, team. Turn it over. You can take the clips off nice and gently. Leave it nice and flat on your table. So this has probably had a little less time to dry, but it should still be pretty good. So we just don't bash it around the place yet. Okay? And then exactly the same, guys. Yeah, we're going to do the bottom first. See where the triangles are touching each other, but they don't have any. I'm going to hold it up again. So where the triangles are touching each other there, but they don't have any support across the two, that's where we're going to be putting our stick. So from halfway through this triangle to halfway through this triangle, okay? So exactly the same. All we're doing is repeating what we've done. So a little bit of glue, pop them in there. A little bit of glue, pop him in there. Stick goes straight down in the middle on top. Gentle press. Very good. Same with the second set. On the bottom, we need the second stick in. Beautiful job. Stick goes on top. Very good. Little gentle press down. Then we're going to do the top section again. Same again. So cross that first one. Again, don't worry if you put glue on too much of the sticks. Doesn't matter. We just need to make sure we have enough. It's better to have it on too much of the sticks than not enough of the sticks. Press it down across the middle, creating that section that holds those two pieces together. Beautiful job. The concentration on your guys' eyes is just insane. Well done. You're doing amazing, team. You're like the future of engineering. Very good. And I know we're building this out of glue and sticks, but this is genuinely and properly how they build bridges. Small sections at a time, put together, and eventually all the sections end up in a bigger piece. And that's exactly what we're doing. So, last section of that one goes on the end. Beautiful job. Then, clips again, okay? So, get the important ones on. Get that end one on first. Gonna get that one on there. Gonna get one in the middle there. I've run out. Anyway, good. Super, gang. So we should, thumbs up, have 2 sets of trusses, do we? So we got this one, and then we got this one. You guys with me? We all got 2 of them. Big thumbs up if we're there. Amazing. Now, are you ready for the last bit for today? Well, firstly, you guys have to remember all of this now. I'm going to switch over here. You guys have to remember this, because you guys need to build another one of these whole things. Okay, this is only one half. Okay, so this is only one side. So this is what we've built. We're building today this side. Okay, you need to build the other side exactly the same today, because tomorrow we're going to be putting these two sides together to start to make the bridge. So to do this, we need to make two full trusses. Now we haven't finished the full truss yet. We've got two halves of a truss. So this is this half and we've got this half. Now we need to join these two halves together. Okay, so back down on the table. I'm gonna switch over to my other camera. Okay, so get your two halves of your trusses and pop them down on your table. And hopefully, if we're using similar type of pegs and the same amount of pegs, if we bring these two together, they should kind of meet at about the same height. Everybody there? Yeah? Beautiful. Right, you ready? So, what we've got to do is just like before. This is exactly the same as before, where we've got two sections that have no support in the middle. All we're going to do is get some glue on both sides. So get some glue. It's exactly the same as we've done. A little bit of glue over there. Follow it straight the way across. Follow it straight the way across. Just like that. And then we're just going to get a stick and pop it in the middle between them. So you might have to maneuver them around a bit so the stick fits perfectly in between those two. Now don't worry if there's a bit of space. I'm going to move mine up a bit so you guys can see. But we're going to maneuver it so it fits right in the middle there. You all with me? This is exactly what you've already done, guys. Don't be worrying about it. It's exactly the same as what we've done with all of the other sections. We're just putting one stick across the section to make it join together. What we want to do is make sure that they fit nice and flat between these two sticks. Okay, and then we do exactly the same with the top section. So if you guys are like me and you're squeezing out some more glue, don't squeeze out too much. So it's exactly the same. Now if you have a look at, if you guys can see on my one, I've got quite a big space between mine there, and that's fine. Doesn't matter. Okay, they don't have to be touching. What we want to do is make sure that the stick that we're going to put in place fits in between the other ones. So a bit of glue across the top, spread it out a little bit, and then down he goes in the center, just like that. Right, now where we've put that last stick in to join, get a few little clothes pegs in there. So get two on the top and two on the bottom. Let me know when you're there. Take your time. Yeah, don't be panicking now. Are you good, Mia? Got some sticks on the top and the bottom? Right, if we've got some sticks on the top and the bottom, gang, right, very super slowly and gently, we're going to take the whole thing and turn it upside down. Okay, super slowly. If you need some help, get some big person to help you. Turn the whole thing upside down. If it wobbles around a little bit, don't worry, you can stretch. Then, those clips that you've just put on, yeah, now take them back off. Just those two at the top and two at the bottom of the middle, the centerpiece, because they're going to be in your way. So it's only the clips. The sticks will stick fine, so you shouldn't have to worry about those sticks. So the ones underneath the bottom will be holding nicely. And even if they move around a little bit, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about that. And then we're going to do exactly the same. We're going to get the last section, some glue across those two. Now, if it starts to move around a little bit, don't worry, okay? Even if the sticks underneath fall off for a second, don't worry about that. That's the great thing about using this glue. Although it does take longer to dry, it allows you the ability to be able to kind of move things around a little bit. Okay? Then a stick, put two more sticks in across that section. So one on the top, one on the bottom. Yeah, so you get a stick on the top, and then get your clips and put them back on across everything, across all of the sticks. So it's going to be across all four. So now we're going to stick sandwich that whole section together, top and bottom. That will leave us, albeit wet. Now don't pick yours up, guys. You leave yours on the table. Yeah, if you need to move any little bits and undo a clip just to straighten something up, you can do that. But all going well, there will be a finished truss, albeit very wet. But there is your finished. I'm going to try and stand that up like that for a second so I can switch this over. So hopefully we've all got something, I have to go back, these are so big, that looks a bit like this. So you guys don't pick yours up, don't show me. Just have a look at yours and make sure it looks something like this with loads of crazy pegs all over the place. And that is it. That is your finished truss. Yeah, so that's what we had to do today, was to make one of these. Now I need you guys to go and make the second one. Okay, so have a break, have a builder's break, have a sandwich, have a cup of tea, moan about things, and then I want you to go back with the other pieces you've left over. I'm going to move mine out of the way just for a moment. Put it up there, safely out of the way, and we go back and I'm going to recap. Okay, so you guys you don't have to do this now while I'm talking. I'm just going to recap so you can get the idea and so you remember. All it is one piece, and our triangular section, and we put glue and sticks across the top. Okay, so build one side, build the other side, then turn them over. Put the sticks on both sides, remember, and then join them together, okay? Now you guys have a bit more time because you guys can do this at home. You have a bit more time than the hour, although we've gone well over the hour now, that we have. So don't rush it. You can give a little bit more time in between all the sections to let it dry, so it's easier to turn them and it's easier to maneuver things around. But that's what we need to do, okay? So we need to get section 2 or truss 2 built up and ready, and then that will be dry for the morning, and then we will move on to the next section of getting those trusses lined up and putting some support pieces in to start holding it in place, okay? Everybody good? Okay, if any of you guys have any questions, just get mums to message us in and we can answer them for you. This video will be available for you to look back on if you want to in a little bit. I'll get it up online, so if you need any help or you've forgotten something, don't worry. You can come back and look at this video again. And if not, I will see you guys in the morning, okay? We're going to have a slight change in the morning. Mums, I don't know if any of you there, we're going to go from 9:30 in the morning, okay? I'll send an email, so don't worry about it. But we're going to go a little bit earlier in the morning, if that's okay, team. About 9:30 in the morning. So have a lovely afternoon. Take care of yourselves. Give me big high fives. Good job, gang. Well done. See you all in the morning. Bye.